Let me ask you something real quick. When you think about this year, are you hoping it'll be better? Or are you actually going to do something different? Because every year around this time, we all do the same thing. We all say things like, this year has to be better. This is my year. Things are going to change. But let me ask you something uncomfortable. What exactly is supposed to change if you don't? Listen, I'm not saying that to judge you. I'm saying it because I've been there. More times than I want to admit. Here's the truth nobody likes to talk about. Most people don't actually want a better year. They want the same life, just with less stress, more money, and fewer problems. But they want to do that without doing anything different. And that's where the problem starts. Because hope feels productive, it feels like progress, but hope is comfortable, action is not. So let me ask you this. If someone watched your daily life on repeat for the next 12 months, your mornings, your work days, your nights, your habits, would they expect your life to look different next year? Be honest. Hope is sneaky. Hope says, I'll start when things calm down. I'll figure it out after the busy season. I just need the right opportunity. And the dangerous part, hope gives you emotional relief without requiring change. You feel better just by thinking about the future. But let me ask you this. How many times have you felt motivated without ever moving? How many years have you told yourself, I'm getting closer, while your life stayed exactly the same? That's not failure. It's just human nature. But if you don't interrupt it, it repeats forever. Here's something nobody prepares you for. A new year doesn't actually change anything. January 1st isn't magic. Monday isn't magic. Turning 30, 40, or even 50 isn't magic. Time doesn't create change. Decisions do. So let me ask you something deeper. What are you secretly hoping time will fix for you? Your finances? Your confidence? Your health? Your career? Your relationships? Because time doesn't fix avoided problems. It just makes them heavier. And that's a tough thing to accept. Here's the question that changed things for me. What am I pretending not to see? Not what do I want to change? Not what sounds good. What am I actively avoiding? The conversation I don't want to have, the skill I keep putting off learning, the uncomfortable move I know would help me, but scares me. Let me ask you, if your life stayed exactly the same for the next 3 years, how would that feel? Not hypothetically, actually sit with that. If that answer makes you uncomfortable, good. That discomfort is information. Most people think they don't act because they're lazy. But that's not true. People don't act because clarity is scary. Because once you know what to do, you lose the excuse of, I don't know where to start. Action removes the fantasy and replaces it with reality. And reality can hurt your ego. So let me ask you this. Are you avoiding action? Or are you avoiding finding out what happens if you try? Because those are two very different things. Here's the mindset shift that actually works. Stop asking, will this year be better? Start asking, what am I willing to change, even if it's uncomfortable? A better year isn't built by massive overhauls. It's built by small, repeated decisions you don't feel like you're making. Waking up earlier, saying no more often, learning something new instead of scrolling, starting messy instead of waiting to feel ready. None of that is glamorous, but it works. I want you to try this. Just one thing. Ask yourself, what's one thing I could start doing this week that the future me would thank me for? Not 10 things, not a full life reset, just one thing. And then ask, what excuse am I already preparing to avoid it? That excuse, that's the real work. Because growth doesn't come from motivation, it comes from doing things after motivation fades. Let me leave you with this. Next year, you're going to look back on this moment, and either you'll say, that was the year I finally did something different, or I thought about changing, but never really did. Hope feels good in the moment, but action is what actually changes your life. So don't hope for a better year. Decide to build one. Do something your future self would be proud of.